Hey everyone. Today is Palm Sunday, and it's the day we celebrate Jesus coming into Jerusalem the week before he died. Well, I have always been bothered by the fact that we celebrate Jesus coming into Jerusalem and everybody's singing and shouting Hosanna, and then 5 days later people are screaming, crucify him, and wanting to see him put on the cross. And that's always been confusing. So let's take a look at that today. The first thing I want you to think about is your favorite team just won a big game, overtime, and they won, and everybody's excited and celebrating, or you just went to a concert of your favorite artist, and it was an awesome concert, and they sang your favorite song, and you got to go backstage and take a selfie with the band. So either way, you are excited. You're screaming, you're shouting, and you're excited and celebrating this. A rush, right? And you're excited and you're having fun. Well, this is like Palm Sunday. Remember last week when we talked about the story of Lazarus and him being raised from the dead by Jesus? And it was a miracle that we knew that, Jesus knew that this was close to Jerusalem, was going to get him in trouble with the Jewish leaders. So Jesus' followers were still on a high from seeing Lazarus raised and from seeing the other healings and miracles that Jesus did. So when they started down that hill to Jerusalem, they were partying, they were shouting, they were singing, shouting hosannas and putting palm branches on the ground in front of Jesus and laying their cloaks and their coats out in front of him as he came in, kind of like Jesus was that rock star or the quarterback on your favorite football team. Now, I want you to keep that scene in your mind. Good Friday was a very, very different story. The chief priests and the elders, they did not like Jesus. They were really threatened by the fact that others worshiped Jesus and they listened to what he said. And Jesus called them out on the bad things that they did and said. And they didn't like it. Jesus was undermining their control and their power. And so they wanted to get rid of him. Pilate called these people together. Pontius Pilate called these people together. And he said, I want to hear about this Jesus guy. I want to hear in a trial what he's done to make you mad and why they were upset. So Pilate listened to everything they said, but he didn't really find anything wrong, anything that he could hold against Jesus, and he wanted to release him. Chief priests and the elders and the guards that they had with him, they were screaming, no, crucify him. And Pilate said, look, I'm going to let one guy go, this guy or another one. And the chief priests and the elders got their guards excited and said, crucify him, get rid of Jesus. Those two groups were very different crowds. There were the chief priests and the elders. They wanted to see Jesus tied up, taken out, and nailed to a cross. There were also Jesus followers on Good Friday morning, on Palm Sunday morning, who were shouting Hosanna. Those two are very different groups of people. So it's not like one group of people changed their mind between Sunday and Friday, and we're saying on Sunday he's awesome, Hosanna, and on Friday singing crucify him. They were two very different groups of people with very different backgrounds and intentions. So don't be confused by the difference between Palm Sunday crowd and Good Friday crowd as we walk through this week. So this morning, we're going to focus on the Palm Sunday crowd, Jesus' followers, and the people who had seen his miracles, who were following Jesus as he came down from Bethany into Jerusalem to begin what ends up being Holy Week. Let's join with the crowd and sing Hosanna this morning. See you soon.